that I think is also important about facts, because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Yeah. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
Yeah. No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse.
Tulsi Gabbard got 2 rewards today. 1, she will be on the debate stage in November. Congratulations. And 2, and this wasn't today, I think this was yesterday or the day before, she got to confront the ladies of The View. Now, The View has been saying bad things about Tulsi Gabbard, just like she just said, a Russian asset, Putin puppet, that type of stuff. And in an irony that I think they're entirely unaware of, in calling her a useful idiot, they themselves are being a useful idiot. I mean, Joy Behar didn't come to this conclusion all on her own. She came to this conclusion because of the bubble to which she finds herself. She is repeating the things that is floating around her particular environment, her milieu. I don't know if I used that word right, but you get my point. Every Democrat that I know hates Bernie Sanders. Some people at the radio station hate his guts. And they would even tell me, people on my Twitter feed hate his guts. The reason I say that, there's an element of that party that also hates her. You see it when you watch the Sam Cedar show. You see it when you watch the Michael Brooks show. They are functioning as if they are members, for the most part, of a party and of a tribe. And the members of that party, you even see it with the Young Turks, be it Anna Kasparian or Emma Vigeland. They hate her. Religiously hate her. It is weird, it is bizarre, and yet there it is nonetheless. Some of it is because she stepped down to help Bernie Sanders, meaning giving her support behind Bernie Sanders. And in their heads, anybody that helps Sanders hurts Clinton. And so we hate her. Other parts of that have to do with her foreign policy. And others, I gotta be honest, I don't necessarily entirely know where it comes from. It's weird. I know Michael Brooks, he looks like he goes with this angle of, well, it's not Sanders, so I just attack her viciously and voter shame, which is, I think, the saddest thing on the planet. It's a rehash of 2016, voter shaming. But nevertheless, they hate her. They hate her. It is borderline insanity, if not outright insanity. It's one thing to criticize some kind of policy or something that she has, but they criticize her as a her, almost as a one packaged thing. In this case, however, Tulsi gets to confront people who smeared her unjustly, and it is a good thing to watch. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Progressive Soapbox. Guys, if you dig this content, please like, share, subscribe. You can always support PayPal or Patreon. Tulsi Gabbard gets to confront the ladies of The View. I have to be honest, they don't look all that good here. They look actually pretty bad. And like I say, the irony of ironies, that somebody is calling somebody a useful idiot when they themselves are being literally a useful idiot. A useful idiot. Let's watch Tulsi. I'll let her stand up for herself.
Your show here.
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Yeah. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color.
And you know what's sad? The saddest thing about this is that she's even doing this. And all of these useful fucking idiots repeating something that Clinton said. That's the origin of this, at least not in this very specific instance. Do you remember when Obama had to come out for his birth certificate? And Obama is like, I watched this play out, And you had this indignity of the first black president having to prove that he was actually from this country. I feel the same way about this. She literally put on the uniform to subjugate herself to the larger narrative of whatever it is to be American and protect whatever that is. And she is now on a show with actors and people who sit around and harp at one another all day, telling them, no, I'm not a Russian asset. I find that to be the most saddest thing on the planet. Not the saddest, but it is sad. Let's let her finish.
And I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
Well, I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing. Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why
This is stupid. Can we acknowledge this is stupid? This other person likes you. Okay. This other person likes you. Okay. I mean, I get the point. Joy is making this kind of thing of, well, I mean, there has to be something about you that is being exuded that these people like. Is it possible that they like her for a very specific reason? Meaning they may find other people odious because their particular own perspective is odious in comparison. But in this one very specific instance of, at least in some of the cases of the right wing, less interventionist wars. That's not a right or left thing. It's kind of my point. People can find things that they are okay with. They can find things that they're okay with. And say, yes, I like this person for whatever particular reason. But if the person tells you who they are, and there is nothing that you can point to per se, that you find odious yourself, then your perspective kind of goes away. Meaning, it's one thing to say that all of these people find something about you that they like. Okay, that's nebulous, esoteric, but okay. But what is it about me that you don't like? And be specific, because then we can talk. This other stuff is just nonsense. Let's keep going.
You're on Tucker Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is.
By the way, she's on Tucker Carlson all the time because Tucker Carlson allows her to talk. She's on Fox all the time because she can have substantive conversations and debates with the hosts that are on Fox. I suggest that Joy watch some of those. They're absolutely interesting, the way she gets into fights with these guys over issues of foreign policy. I suspect that Joy knows nothing about foreign policy and would never watch those particular interviews to learn anything about it. She just knows. She has a feeling about stuff. My point is that feeling about stuff that she's getting is from the stuff that is around her and that's soaking around her. And she is just a mouthpiece, a, dare I say, useful idiot for it. Let's keep going.
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary Clinton started it, and then you shot back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusation.
Well, we can talk about why, right? We can talk about why. Like, I think this is the thing that looks so bad about this. If I say Hillary Clinton is the queen of warmongers, okay, why did you say that? I can explain that, and you can agree or disagree with me on that point. Your innuendos, I can't do anything with that. You're just trying to give the audience an impression without actually saying what you mean. There's a difference in those
accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years, deployed twice to the Middle East during the height of the war, where every single day I saw firsthand the terribly high human cost. That's why I ran for Congress.
We actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of, sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. That's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And that's absolutely amazing. I can't believe any of them, rational human being, will listen to what Hillary Clinton said and say, yeah, that's about right. The Russians are literally grooming a woman in our presidential contest that is serving in our military. And it's like, okay, Clinton, what do you have for that? She's running in the race. Is that all you have? Yes, that's all I have. The fact that she is running against me is enough in and of itself, or running against elements of the party that she prefers. That is in and enough of itself for Hillary Clinton to make that accusation. I wish Tulsi would have sued the shit out of Clinton for that. Slander. She should have sued her for slander. And let Hillary Clinton back this up in a court of law and see if she had anything to back it up with. I would put it to you, she had nothing. She had bupkis. She just pulled this out of her ass. She is a bitter, hysterical woman. And I use hysterical entirely from the standpoint because she's being hysterical, not because she's a woman. I use that for men too. I guess I'm making the point that in order for somebody to get a point of view like that, something is not right in their heads. Jill Stein ran against Hillary Clinton. And the belief that Jill Stein's voters would have ever voted for Hillary Clinton is lunacy. For that matter, she might as well include the Republican Party in voting for her. They would not, nor should they have, nor are those votes should be forced to Clinton. Votes are a transactional process. You, in your ideological basis of the world, look out and make various determinations on who you want to vote for, what do you believe in, what do they believe in, the comparison between the two, and whether or not there's enough space between you two or enough distance between you two where you will go and vote for that person. If the space is not there, meaning if you're not close enough ideologically to the person, then you're not getting their vote. There's nothing right or wrong with that. That's not good or bad. That is just the way we have from our standpoint of our democratic order. Her problem, her complaint, is that she lost. She lost to a blue-collar billionaire. She ran a horrible campaign. She was a horrible candidate, and she lost. And instead of owning it, she blames the goddamn Russians, or Twitter, or Facebook, or Tulsi Gabbard, who didn't even run in 2016. That's shameful. And the fact that Joy is on here parroting that nonsense is that much more despicable.
So really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country. This is why I'm running for president, to continue that commitment of service.
So are you surprised, though, that when people see bots and things and all the things that we've sort of been seeing heading your way, that people have these...
They're bots heading her way? They're bots heading Tulsi's way? What does that even mean? What does it even mean? We were watching, my wife and I, Star Trek last night. And I said, Guinan, she's fallen down far, far, far below what she is as a character on the television show. This is shameful, Whoopi.
These questions, because she's not the only one. Hillary, I don't think, is the only one. So what she's saying is she feels they are grooming you. You're saying nobody's grooming me. I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm a soldier and a patriot.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in such a way.
But you called her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such
too.
a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. I'm speaking out against that and
What's
to
your evidence
change
to that?
to change.
Well,
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
she's a
I served
warmonger. How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq
Yeah.
that she championed. She championed a regime change war
Did you not
in
believe
Libya.
in that war?
I believe the lies that were told to us.
Well, so did she.
Look, it is indisputable.
Is Joy Behar defending the Iraq war? Is Joy Behar defending the attack on Iraq? Is that what's taking place? In defending Hillary Clinton, Joy Behar is just trying to defend and justify the Iraq war entirely in order to bolster the claims of Hillary Clinton. That's extraordinary. Did you believe in that war? Well, I believe the lies that I was told. Hillary Clinton believed in the lies too. And she's like, are you serious? Because you can go and point to Hillary Clinton wanted a missile defense shield in Syria. A no-fly zone, in Syria. That would have required literally an intervention in Syria. And right now, what we know is that the Clinton administration, Obama, even Biden, these guys were behind the scenes looking for an interventionist war. A, in Libya, but B, also Syria. Hundreds of thousands of lives lost. Meaning, even if you can say she believed the lies of Libya, Iraq, which I don't necessarily buy, even if you can say that, Libya and Syria are still on her conscience. Joy Behar is not looking good in this conversation.
It is indisputable to say anything other than the fact that let me just close this out, that Hillary Clinton throughout her career has led with a foreign policy of interventionism and being the world's police, going and toppling dictators in other countries that has caused such destruction and loss of life. I'm against that. I'm running for president to change that. Rather than actually debate me on the issues, she and others are resorting to these smear tactic campaigns, seeking to undermine me, smear my character, and sending a message to anyone who dissents. Toe the line, or you too will be smeared.
Yes, that's exactly what's taking place. And again, not just Clinton. You can see him in the people who are attacking her. And oftentimes it is outright hysterical and it's one thing if you say, I disagree with Tulsi Gabbard on this. Fair enough. I even get it when people make this argument about Modi and Kashmir. Fair enough. But this is different. The notion that the woman is a Russian asset is lunacy. I'm sorry. And again, the irony of irony is that you sit there and call her a Russian plant while repeating what you've just been told and what is floating around in your liberal bubble. And I say that because if you look at what Whoopi and the way that Whoopi frames the conversation, if you look at the way Joy Behar gets so animated in this kind of lunatic way when confronted on this stuff, when really the only thing she's repeating is just, this is what Clinton said. She's just repeating Clinton. They have nothing else to go on. Nothing, zero. And yet, here they are. Here they are. It's amazing. I'm not going to keep this long. Krillin 876. If Hitler liked Babe Ruth, I have to stop liking Yanks. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. Oh, I see. If Hitler liked Babe Ruth, I have to stop liking it. I know, right? Hitler likes dogs, so I no longer can like dogs. I just can't. He's a monster, and if he likes dogs, then I can no longer like dogs. I need to get rid of my dog. I mean, come on. People can like people for very specific ways. Ann Coulter comes out and says she likes Sanders. Now, they can say that, oh God, we can't deal with Sanders now because something about Sanders Ann Coulter likes, so we can't like Sanders. Like, this is fucking lunacy. What do I espouse? And challenge me on the things to which I say. And if you challenge me onto the things that I say, then we can have a conversation. But this esoteric, out there stuff, this lunatic fringe, or this lunatic group that just hates her in almost a religious way, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Fred Edwards, Joy Behar is a useful idiot for Hindlerot. Oh, Hildermott. like, share, subscribe.